Hello everyone and welcome back to this. I need to figure out an intro. Anyway, in today's episode, I had you guys vote on a few ideas that I had, and you guys overwhelmingly voted for a bit of an advanced beatbox tutorial. So I picked one particular sound that we're going to work on that is a bit more beyond your basic boots and cats and stuff like that, and it's a personal favourite sound of mine, and that sound is the crab scratch. The crab scratch is a type of record scratching sound, as opposed to the vocal scratch, which Tom Thumb is quite famous for. This is a bit of a simpler version. It's a pretty simple concept, but it'll take some experimentation and stuff like that. This is a good one for beatboxers to pick up, and also not traditional beatboxers to pick up. If you are not your vocal percussion in your group, this is a really good way to augment a percussive section with another person doing another sound. For example, when Drums of War do our mashup of I Wish and Wild Wild West, there's a section towards the end that is a breakdown where Jake is doing most of the beat and then I'm doing the crab scratch over the top. Which is really fun. I quite like it. Anyway, let's learn. So we start with our hand straight with fingers together, thumb in as well, and then we're going to bend our fingers to a 90-degree angle, so we get that kind of shape, and then move our thumb across a little bit. Might do a bit of adjustment depending on the length of your fingers. Mine ends up about halfway through that knuckle and that knuckle. Next, you're going to place your top lip in this to make a little triangle between your thumb and your finger here, and your bottom lip to make a little triangle between your thumb and your finger here. You're going to narrow your lips a little bit so we get more of a ooh, like an ooh shape. Ooh. Next, we're going to breathe in, and this sound is entirely done inward. So you have to breathe out in between or find other sounds to go outwards to maintain your breath control. And that gets that sound. So the slight difference in the hole of your top lip between your fingers and the bottom lip between your fingers is what's giving it that couple of different tones, rather than just. If you can split that using your hand, you can create multiple tones. So you can hear there's a much higher one at the same time. The faster you breathe in, the higher the pitch will get. You can also manipulate that pitch and tone by changing the vowels that your tongue is making and saying little phrases whilst you're doing it. My go-to is tiwit, T-I-W-I-T, and that gets this kind of effect. If I stop the air in the middle of the word, we get, and that tiwit, but breathing in. Do it nice and fast, you get that record scratch effect. This sound probably took me 3 or 4 months of pretty intense practice to get to a usable standard. I've been practicing it since and getting it more consistent. So yeah, it's one to go away and practice a lot. It will take a while until you nail that exact hand position. That's one of the hardest parts. Once you've nailed the hand position and where your lips go on your hand, that is 90% of the way there. Then it's just breathing inwards, basically. So, level 1.5 of this sound is actually to roll your tongue inwards whilst breathing to get a super fast flurry effect, which sounds a bit like this. Now, it's not quite an Italian R if you're used to that, which is the rrr. It's the French rrr, which is right at the back of the throat, but you're breathing inwards, so you get a. It's hard to make that sound isolated, but with a narrowed passage of that little air, that you control it a lot more and you don't end up coughing like I just did. So we have to wit, with the inward. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to go back and find little bits that you need to go over. This one will take a little while. At least it did for me, but I'm not much of a beatboxer. Hopefully we'll have some future episodes of advanced beatbox stuff with other beatboxers in the community, not just me, because I'm not really a percussionist. But hope you enjoyed. Alright, see you later, guys.